Well, hello, and as you can see I'm in a pine forest, which is a little different for me. There are a few around, but there aren't too many. A lot of deciduous or mixed woodland around. But this pine forest is at the end of, or piece of pine woodland is at the end of the forest that I have been going to down beside the river recently in films last week. And the lane that I used to come here, as I was cycling back last week, I noticed some what appeared to be ruins up on the hill. So it would be nice to go and visit those ruins. And as I'm now sort of making my way through the wood, I've come across something I hadn't expected to see. Something that's normally in this area blocked up, and you can't go in, but this one doesn't look as though it's blocked, and I'm not going to go in. But what I've come across is the entrance to a mine tunnel. Which I didn't know was here. I know there's mining further down the valley, 2 or 3 miles down the valley, but I didn't know there was any mines here. There's a bit of quarrying up the top there, and not far from where I've been sitting down by the river there's a small quarry, very small quarry. But I didn't know there was any mines here, so that would explain the buildings that are up on the hillside. But anyway, I've yapped on enough. We'll march on a little bit and have a look at these buildings. I'm going to say catch you in a bit, so I'll catch you in a bit. I don't know if the camera can pick out how stupidly steep this is, but it's making my old ticker beat. Not far to the top now though. Oh, why do I do this? Well, nothing like at the top, but I think I'm at a point where I can get myself to the old ruins. Seem to have come across something here. Certainly appears to be man-made. No idea what it is. Just thinking to myself what difference these beech woodlands are to the dark pine forest over there. I've got to go in there now. Right. I hate saying I'll bring you back in a bit. Catch you in a mo. I think that'll be my new catchphrase. Catch you in a mo. Right. Catch you in a mo. Well, I didn't have to go very far to come across a mine shaft. They're usually capped as well. I think I'm going to have to be a bit more careful in here than I realised. Right. Catch you in a mo. Well, we've come across the first building. Not much of it here, I've got to admit, but there are some walls left of it. No idea what it was. It's not an engine house or anything like that for the mine. Could be mine offices or something. It's not a very big building. Doesn't have very substantial walls, so that it had machinery in it. Interesting though, nonetheless. Quite a lot of it left on this side, which is probably what I could see. And down the bottom. Beautifully made wall. Beautifully made. just natural stone, just put together. Beautiful. Right, onward. Back in a mo. Well, this second building's the enigma. It seems to be a 2-room building. Again, not a hugely substantial building. I'm beginning to wonder whether this is an old farmstead or something like that. And it's on a very, very steep hill. It'd be a bit strange to try and farm here, but there is a wall over there which seems to be like a farm wall running down the hill. So I wonder if this is an old farmstead before the mine was put in. As you can probably see behind me, the wall's not that substantial, probably 18 inches thick. 2 foot maximum. So it's not a really substantial wall. I'd love to know what this building was. Really would. Whether it was something to do with the mine or whether it is actually an old homestead. There are flat fields down by the river, down the bottom of the hill. So you can imagine barn over there, house behind me, steep hill in front, flat fields along the water meadows. It's possible. As I say, there's a wall running through the wood over there. Beautiful. Just about make out the water meadow in the distance there. Right, let's do a little bit more exploring and have a brew. Catch you in a mo. So this is the wall I was saying about. Seems really out of place in the woodland. We've come back into the beech woodland now to have a look around. Little explore. Well, I think we'll call it that. The route behind me, which is the way I was going, is rougher than a badger's bottom, and very steep and quite difficult going underfoot. So there doesn't seem to be any more buildings or any more mine trappings along there. So I'm going to sit here now and just listen to the bird song for a little bit. Let the sun gradually go down. It's starting to it's got about another hour before it goes down fully beyond the hill over there, so I'll drink my brew, have some beef jerky, and if I do see anything I will obviously bring you back, but I think, to be honest, we'll call it here. It's been nice. It's been nice. I'm going to see if I can find out anything about those buildings back there. They just don't feel like mine buildings to me. So Be interesting to see. I will obviously let you know if I do find out anything. I'll get straight on the internet when I get home. That's if the hamster hasn't died. Back in a bit. Catch you later. Next time. No. Sandy always says, bye for now. Anyway, I'm off. Just come across an old bottle. Patterson's Camp Coffee. Chicory. Chicory coffee. Oh, coffee and chicory, I think it says. I remember those from when I was a boy. I don't know if they're still made. Horrible stuff. Just making my way back now and come across another tunnel entrance. This is why you really got to be careful, because if I'd come from the top, because I wouldn't have seen that, and I have no idea how deep that is. Nope, no idea. Don't fancy that very much. So yeah, that's why you've got to be careful wandering around our woods in the west. Beautiful contrast between the bluebell woods down here and the steep, well, almost mountainside on just above the tree line there. Bigger, thicker trees down here as well. If any of my Canadian subs need a pine tree, I've got a few here I could sell. Also got a bridge in London if you want one. What a stunning view that is behind me. It's almost like a mist in the air. I don't know what that is. What's causing it? It's beautiful. Probably smoke from Chernobyl.